You requested a sit down. He heard you out.
What's going on, everyone? Nico here with the Wooden Spoon. Another episode of the Sit Down coming at you. We got some awesome guests coming up in a little bit. We're going to have the Uncle Louie Variety Show stopping by the pod via Zoom. Pumped for them. Saw them on New Year's Eve with Austin Giorgio. Great show out in Long Island. They're going to be coming back to Long Island May 7th. So we're going to go see them yet again, but they got a ton of dates coming up in around New York City. I think Nyack, Long Island. So I'm sure they'll plug them on the show, but let's get into the beginning where you get to talk to me for a little bit, or I get to talk to you, whatever. You don't get to talk back. But yeah, just it's tough to have been booking guests and still busy moving to New York City, kind of officially here now, doing all the stuff you got to do when you move to New York City, like pay over double for car insurance, which is insane. I'm literally, as I'm talking right now, I'm taking the defensive driving course to get a discount on insurance. But you know what? I'm getting all the answers right. So do I have to read it if I already know the information? I don't. So we're doing that. Yeah. So we're gonna got some episodes, some sweet stuff booked for the future. So hopefully be coming week after week with the podcast again. I know I've been struggling on that, but it's busy. You know, guess what else we're gearing up for? Festival season. I think we're gonna be staying around New York City, New Jersey this year. So that should be fun. Yeah, we got some awesome content planned. So excited for some crazy YouTube videos coming up. I know last year we did the Italians at winning the Euro Cup in Brooklyn. We did the Columbus Day video. We did the Pittsburgh vlog. So we'll hopefully some more vlogs, some prank videos coming at you guys. Should be fun. Oh, now's the time to order spoons. We just got big shipment of spoons in. So you see this one says Abruzzo. This one says Vaffanculo. Order your spoons at thewoodenspoonstore.com. Use code SITDOWN. And that should get you a nice discount. Yeah, I celebrated Passover. For those of you that don't know, my girlfriend is Jewish. She's half Jewish, half Italian. She could be considered a pizza bagel or a mozzarella stick. Horrible jokes. I'm sorry. But yeah, Passover is another it's a holiday, all right. Get to eat some interesting food. Actually, the food is pretty good. Pretty good. It's just like you're sitting there, like it's the Sebastian Maniscalco, where you're sitting there, you're reading all this material, and you're like, when do we get to eat? When do we get to eat after but you do drink like an entire bottle of wine yourself during it, and you're on an empty stomach, so you're getting hammered immediately, which that's fun. So that's always fun. Yeah, so I say let's wrap up this part of the intro to the podcast. Let's get into it. Let's welcome the Uncle Louie Variety Show. All right, guys, I'm so excited to be joined by Carlo and Lou from the Uncle Louie Variety Show. I followed these guys for years and years. If you've grown up in any sort of Italian household or any interaction with an Italian household, you will definitely relate to these guys' comedy for sure. No doubt in my mind. What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up, Nico? Nice to thank you for having us.
Yes,
of course.
Really
Thanks for coming on.
This is great. The wooden spoon. It's like we're made for this. You know.
I know. Yeah, the inception of the spoon. It's like every page is called like Italian this, Italian that. I was like, I gotta be different or something. So it's like the wooden spoon. Everybody relates to the wooden
spoon.
Yeah,
different, but everybody knows exactly.
Yeah, and it's multicultural too. So at the end of the day, yes. Like I always say this funny thing. I had somebody come up to me one time and they're like, "Hey, do you know how to say wooden spoon in Hungarian?" And I go, "No." He goes, "It's called a fucking ow." And I go, "What?"
Wow.
Yeah, I go, "Oh, well, that's something new for sure." So that's always a funny joke I like to say.
Well, when we got hit, it was fucking owl. Yeah, it was fucking on.
That's right.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. But yeah, I have a shirt similar to that, but it's different. Similar but different. It says I survived the wooden spoon. So
Yes.
I don't know what it says. And you have so many people walk up to me. I mean, like you said, oh, you too? Oh my God, I know exactly what you mean. And it'd be
I know. Yeah. At all the festivals, it's always everyone coming up to me and it's like, oh, I have had hundreds of those broken over my ass over the years. And then it'll get kind of weird. Someone's like, yeah, try like a socket wrench. I go, okay, you were just beaten.
Yeah,
that's not funny.
Child abuse.
That's just when they can't find a spoon.
That makes the news.
That's just not funny. It's horrible.
We were hit by ratchets. No, that's not good. No, it has to be able to break on you.
Yeah, for sure.
Because then it's not abuse. It's
Yeah. So what have you guys been up to lately? How's 2022 going? I know I saw you guys at the end of 2021. And
that was very interesting.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, New Year's Eve is a tough gig. Nobody cares who's on stage unless you're a band.
I know everyone.
We made a business decision that night that we will not be doing comedy on New Year's Eve.
No, it was a fun night. We had a lot of our fans there. They loved it.
He was there.
You were there, and but it's a little different animal because I think everybody's ready to party.
Oh, yeah, it was open bar right from the get-go. So.
Yeah. So it was, but that was a lot of fun. But we're actually, next stop is going to be Long Island. We're going to be in Belmore at the Brokerage. And then after that, we are May 20th and 21st. We are going to be at Levity Live at the Palisades Center.
First time there
in Westchester. That's the first time there. Cool. We're going to be with Mike Marino. And then Gotham Comedy Club on the 22nd, which I'm really excited about. It's about time we get to New York City and Levity Live as well, So those are the 5 shows that are, we're really excited about because we haven't been there,
So anybody listening, if you're this comes out before that, I assume.
Yeah, this will be out this Friday, Saturday.
So anybody you wanna go on out to Levity Live. There's 2 shows, 7:30 and 9:30.
Oh, nice.
So you have plenty of time to just
Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday. And then where you're going to be, I believe you're coming to the Brokerage Comedy.
Yeah,
Club.
It's Governors.
Whatever it's called. Yeah, every name in the Governors.
We don't know what to call it anymore. It's the Governors, the
Belmore.
But to get tickets, go to the Uncle Louie Variety Show.com. It's very simple. We made our website very simple to buy.
Yeah, we'll link it wherever anybody's listening to. We'll link it either in the description or in the comments somewhere there.
We have a lot of stuff right now. I know you talked to Tony, our manager, and we have a lot of things planned for the remainder of 22 into 23. Big news. Louie and I have played in Australia back in 2019.
Our very first show was in Australia.
So
really?
Yeah, and we'll talk about that.
Well, for me and him, we can go over that later.
So we're working on going back to Australia, thinking about going across, as they say, across the pond to England, the UK, and then we're starting to hit Atlantic City, Vegas. So a lot of big things are happening for 22, 23.
Yeah. If anybody's a casino act, it's 2 hours of just variety. Everything,
Well, not only do you guys do obviously comedy, it's music, it's like acting, it's sketch comedy. It's like there's so much in one show. It's like I can't even process it because I'm trying to like picture myself doing it. It's like, whoa, that's a lot of work. That's very difficult. And to like be like comedic through it and then like the little bit of crowd work, it's like
it's a lot of fun. I think the reason why we do it like that is because we're bored. Actually, for 2 hours, we don't want to stick with one thing. So we decide, but everything's got to be as good as what we just did.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So we do our stand-up material. So somebody who wants to come and see stand-up, they're going to see stand-up. They want to see they're going to see sketch comedy. There's probably going to be some improv in there because, we do what we do on stage and whatever comes up, so be it. And then the music portion of it. So,
and then some places, I'm sorry, but some places that have video, like projection, We even throw in a video portion of the show, which is phenomenal when that happens.
Oh, very
So
cool.
there could be shows that you go into that somebody goes, oh my God, when I saw them, they had a, half-hour production of, in video before they came out, which, we just did in New Jersey. And it was phenomenal.
We prep everybody up half an hour before the show with the best videos that we put together.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, I know, because like sometimes you go to a comedy show and you're just like, all right, I've been sitting here for an hour and a half. It's just
right.
Like, you're just looking at the curtain still, and it's
exactly.
Yeah, especially if it's a dinner show like that, so they'll be eating their
5:45.
they'll be eating their ice cream, and then all of a sudden it comes on, and the best thing is sitting backstage and listening to the laughter, and they're ready. And once they get done, they're primed, and then whoever, if we have an opener, they'll come out. And the one thing about us is we'll use a lot of different opening acts. We'll use music, we'll use stand-up comedy, magic. Our fans, they are the best fans in the world. I mean, they embrace everybody we bring on stage. Anybody who works with us, they're like, these people are just unreal.
Then they become fans of them.
Yeah.
And then everybody kind of wins, you know what I mean?
yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Let's take it back to the beginning. How did you guys meet? Like, are you guys have you guys grown up together, or?
So we'll give you the cliff notes.
I'm sure you've said it 100 times.
We met in 9th grade. We were 15, 14 years old. Our fathers knew each other from the coffee shop. So everybody's in the same area. We lived probably 4 blocks away from each other.
Right.
And then we were in Italian class, of course, as Lou says, an easy A. Ringers. So we really didn't pay attention because we knew what to say and we spoke Italian, and our teachers didn't even pay attention to us in Italian. So we would kind of team up and start writing stuff.
Start writing regular comedy, not just
not Italian
just
comedy.
Regular comedy. We did a show at Syracuse City.
Then we got into
we were cutting stuff on VHS tapes.
One to another. So we've known each other over 36, 37 years now.
I was gonna say, yeah, because the chemistry is like
brothers. I mean, we've been through each other's everything. You know what I mean? Like,
I hate him.
Oh, we can't say just like brothers. He makes fun of me. I make fun of him. He's not allowed in my house.
We have a restraining order. This is.
We're breaking the law right now. So we just got a little bit more and more every year. We would, as technology got better, we would start doing more things, obviously from camcorders to digital stuff to having public access, and all non-Italian stuff.
Yeah. And I moved away. So I was gone for about 15 years, all over the East Coast. I sold fitness equipment for a living. So I was like in Boston, Maryland, Virginia, Florida.
But he would come back.
But I would come back, fly back, do videos. They put them on the cable access. And this thing got started weird because I used to write the broken English Italian word of the day. And I would do it in writing on Facebook, and I just throw it up on Facebook
with the accent.
And Carlo's like, why don't we do a video? And all right, let's do that. We'll do a video before we go out to, go to the bar, have a few drinks. 5-minute video. All of a sudden, it started growing from there. We had a third guy involved, Frank, our buddy Frank, and we did a couple of shows with Frank, and then we were like, oh, this is really tough. It's getting really stressful, and
things happen.
In about 6-7 months. It was about Halloween, and I put out this video. I just said, what the hell? We got the page. I'm going to throw up a video. And it was my father and Halloween. It's like, I don't know, these kids dress up like a bunch of asshole. And they wanted me to have a candy. They wanted me give them a candy. What kind of bullshit is that? So I did this little thing while I was waiting for my son to go to school, and it blew up. All of a sudden, ding, 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 ding on the phone. We went from, I tell this all the time, 256 likes.
We were stuck on that.
And it blew up like 500, 600 likes. And I went, okay, this is a little something.
You have to understand, we weren't doing anything for a bit. We weren't putting videos out, and if we were, it was really nothing. And so I'm at work. We both obviously.
This is on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this is going back years ago. So I'm at work and my phone is in my back pocket, and it's just, when you get notifications every 5 seconds, and I'm like, why is my phone going crazy? I had no idea. The last thing I thought of was the show. So I look at it and it says whatever 200 new followers, and I call him and I go, what did you do? Because I'm at work. I didn't do anything. And he goes, I just put a video out and it went crazy.
Yeah, it's like if you bitch about something like Uncle Louie. So we started saying, you know what? I need to get an outfit. At first it was a sweater,
it was like him.
sweater and
like
a cap, a sweater and a cap. And I would bitch about everything. The biggest one right away that went out was I was bitching about the weather. It was freezing outside. It was a blizzard. I'm like, I'm a freezing my ass over here. I can't take it no more. I'm a freezing and my balls go inside, And so I'm screaming, right? I get done. I go to work. I just right before work, right? All of a sudden he calls me. He goes, oh my God, what are you doing? I go, what? He goes, it was like an hour. I think it was already at 200,000 views in like an hour.
Wow.
And I went,
at this point, I think we had
I'm looking at
1,000
it.
followers.
By then I'm watching it go up by the thousands on my phone. It was like 500,000 views that day.
Wow.
And that so I'm like, I'm just going to bitch about everything. So that was it. Like
the birth of Uncle Louie.
Like my father would. And that was it, And then another one got like a million views within a day and all that stuff. And that's when we started rolling, and
then that's when honestly people started reaching out, and the biggest reach out was Australia. And then once we figured out it was a real request, because of course, I mean, you're dealing with scammers and all that stuff. So when we realized it was real, we obviously booked it, and we finally flew out there. And now we haven't done anything since that last show with the trio. Frank and ourselves. So the videos that we've done to that point didn't have Frank in there. So when the lady reached out to us, she goes, I want to bring you and Louie to
Right.
I said, well, we have a stage show, but it's with 3 people, and I have to ask. She goes, I don't care, whatever. So we went back, and that didn't work out because he was getting married. Right. He was a new job, all this stuff.
So
all
we
good stuff.
It was nothing.
All good stuff. Yeah.
It was nothing bad.
We were just wedding 4 months
anything.
later. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just a matter of he just couldn't do it at the time. So we had to write a 2-hour show, just me and him. And
you have to remember, Frank. You don't have to remember. Just to tell you.
Just remember this.
I'll remember.
Remember, because there's a test after this. Frank is a phenomenal singer, phenomenal guitar player. So he would do the music. Right. So when we were doing the trio, he would do a lot more like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, all that stuff. So I never really played the part of the musician in the thing. So now he was gone. We had our original songs. We're thinking, okay, we'll do that. And then we decided, you can.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So we were a little nervous, not really, because me and him, we can write whatever. So they finally send the tickets over. They're like, okay, you're coming. I'm like, oh my God,
real.
This is serious. They want us over there.
Yeah.
So we wrote a 3-hour show in about an hour and a half. So we had to cut it down with all the material we have. Honestly, we could just do an hour and just spend the next 10 years just cutting it up. But an hour, once you get into a sketch, an hour's nothing. It's almost like the Carol Burnett show, or Dean Martin. It always ends, and you're like,
one more.
What the heck was that? I want a little bit more. So we did it. We went out there. It was a blast. Australia is amazing people.
There's a lot of Australian Italians, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So after that, it really started rolling. That's when Tony got involved and realized, oh my God, you guys are selling tickets, and this is a real thing that's happening. And he put a couple of shows in Rochester, and then right after Australia, we didn't even come. I mean, we came home, but our next show was Canada, was Leamington, Ontario.
Okay.
So Leamington, they sell tomatoes and pot.
Marijuana. Yep. That's what
It's
they
a
farm.
great place to be Italian.
Yeah. So
If you want to eat.
Immigrants went there. They had the whole tomato thing going, and then when marijuana became like medical marijuana and legal, everybody switched over to marijuana.
They said, no, we're not gonna do this drug.
We're gonna do
And then
pot.
I said, but they're gonna give you a lot of money involved. Yes, so we're gonna do the drug.
So we did that. So we did Australia, then Canada, and then the last place was America.
Yeah.
So we did the dual.
It was really cool that Tony put us on sale in Rochester, the first show, and he checked it like, I think it was 3 or 4 days later, it was just about sold out. He had
Wow.
a show. So it was
He had
pretty
no
awesome.
idea. We had no idea.
He goes,
Oh,
whoa.
yeah. Also for everybody listening, I think like some of the two hardest things to do, like as a business owner, as an entertainer, is one, write material, and then two, sell tickets. So like,
Yeah.
the fact that you
Selling
guys
tickets is tough.
It's all really about the marketing. We have to, and that's why we have to get better at social media marketing. We have no clue. The only thing we've ever used to sell tickets was our page, because it's all that we needed at the time. Now the reach is just, it is what it is. So now we're trying to figure out how to do the marketing through social media, and Tony's slowly getting there, and I'm slowly learning as well. He's slowly learning. Everybody's trying to figure it out.
As you know, nowadays, and people are just going on each other's podcasts. Obviously, the bigger the podcast, the more reach you're going to. I mean, that's the TV of a decade ago or 2 decades ago.
Right.
Now it's going on podcasts, doing exactly what we're doing. And hopefully, you land on a podcast that has, 1 million viewers or whatever it is. And overnight, your tickets can sell.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like being on the old days, Johnny Carson. Nowadays is you want to land on Rogan. I'm not saying us, but whoever it is in the business, you want to land on these things because that's like overnight you're
You
successful.
want to land on the wooden spoon, baby.
Yeah, you guys made it.
But you know how it is now with podcasts. That's what it's become. It's become a marketing tool.
Yeah.
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, then like what I'll do is I'll take clips of you guys obviously being hilarious, and I'll throw them on Instagram and.
I can
TikTok
send
and
you.
everything.
I'll send you a 59-second hit. You can cut it up.
Promo
however
hit,
you want.
yeah.
I got a promo. I've been working my ass off this month trying to set these promos up and everything else there, because there's nothing worse than leaving a venue the next day. We left Philadelphia. Great show. Those people, a lot of love. We're leaving Philadelphia, and as soon as we get on the road, we go live. Hey, when are you coming to Philadelphia? Why?
That happens a lot to everybody, but it seems like it happens
a lot to us. Everything. It doesn't. We're leaving Florida. We
after 2
6
weeks
shows.
Yeah.
And somebody's like, when you coming to Naples?
You ever think about Florida? As we're driving out of Florida.
So that's the whole thing, is figuring out the marketing aspect of each specific area that you're going into. So
but things like this, we got to do more podcasts and stuff. And we have our own podcast. We can shoot it out.
Yeah, for sure. What's the podcast?
Hold the Sarcasm podcast we do with our dear friends, the Disruption Network.
It's a raw podcast.
Well, it's
We're
like
pretty raw.
It gets kind of blue. But we don't shy away from it. We tell everybody, if you want to see, so we do that. We're on Patreon as well, under patreon.com/the Uncle Louie Variety Show. So you can see a lot of behind the scenes stuff there, and a lot more things happening that we do one-on-one happy hour every month with all of our VIP members.
Oh, that's cool.
So every month we set up this thing called Happy Hour. We set them a Zoom link like you did.
Maybe this Thursday is gonna be interesting.
And we just kind of have drinks and we laugh, we talk, and it's really good time. So we're starting to go out there, doing the podcast,
Patreon's blowing up like crazy now. Like everybody I see is like, oh yeah, and then like whatever, I'll watch like a YouTube video, then the very end, like make sure to join our Patreon, and it's like, really? And then I'll look and they have like 40-something thousand patrons, and it's
Tim Dillon there. But you can. But the thing with Patreon is you don't have to worry about ads. You don't have to worry about being censored. You don't have to worry about pretty much not anything.
Do you guys deal with that sometimes, censorship? Because I know
not as much as other people, but they've taken videos off.
Yeah. I mean, you guys, I mean, it's not like, because like I posted a TikTok. I posted a couple TikToks that TikTok alerts me every day that my it's almost getting banned.
You're on the edge.
I'm definitely. I was in.
You do.
I was in Brooklyn for the Euro Cup final, right? And I was interviewing people there. Everyone's hammered. Everyone's having a great time. Obviously, it was like the greatest like watching of a sporting event I've seen. They won the Euro Cup, and people are there. They're chanting "F the Queen." The Queen's see you next Tuesday. I'm there laughing my ass off. It's hilarious. So I posted a clip. I bleeped out the C word too, but still like it gets like a couple views here and there, and then like it clicks on TikTok, and then boom, I'm at 50,000 views, and then right when I get to 50,000 views, like boom, you're taking down harassment. Then I posted one.
Was it hate crime or something?
Harassment or bullying. I was bullying the Queen of England.
Oh, little you.
Yeah,
all that power.
Yeah, and then another one I posted. It was about like I don't know. It was some sound. I was like, okay, this reminds me of like when my nono used to like see a squirrel in the tomato garden. He'd take out his little pellet gun and boom, like plink it. And I posted like I found some picture of some nono holding like a pellet gun on Google, and then boom, taken down for regulated goods or illegal goods.
TikTok,
Well, Elon Musk just bought it, so maybe you can maybe that'll change.
No, he didn't buy TikTok.
He bought Twitter.
Wait, I'm sorry, Twitter. That's how much I follow either of those.
Yeah, TikTok's tough, but at the end of the day, TikTok too. Like I'll post a video. Like I posted a podcast clip. I don't know if you guys know Chris Mormando. He's an actor in Jersey, New York, but he just like a quick 6-second clip of him saying, if anybody, like I said, oh, what's some advice you want to give? He goes, if anybody tells you can't tell him a fangul, then boom, like 700,000 views. I get 4,000 new followers from it basically in a week. It's like,
they love that word, don't they?
Yeah.
Everybody's like, yes. It's the weirdest thing. We see it on stage. You can say the basic, you can have the best joke in the world and it'll land a little, but then you go, fungal, the whole crowd's getting out there smacking each other, they're making out,
Tana, everything is like,
because they're like, yes, I know this one.
Well, I can tell you, I was the next day on New Year's Day after I saw you guys, I was going fungal. The song, it just gets stuck in your head.
That is a great.
We have the new video of Funkulo. We did, and it's funny that those music videos. If they hear music or there's something about the background of it that suppresses the reach, because honestly, if I just sang it with an accordion, we sang it with the accordion and it blew up.
And then
I did a nice freaking video production. I got the green screen. I got everything. And it's going good.
We had a script,
but it wasn't. I don't know if maybe it was the same music, the same song was there. So maybe I don't know how this algorithm shit goes.
But those videos are like, they're growers. You let them.
Yeah, it could it could end up like. My biggest thing is like, especially with like comedians too, like you guys, like I'm sure like people have taken your content, posted it, and gotten more views than and you've ever got, which is insane.
Well, one thing that we've done, and they've done that to us, not to us, but was the Italian chicken dance. Now, when we did this thing literally it was like every minute there was 100,000. It was like, oh my God.
Right now, I want to say it's 5.3 million views right now, but
other people would take it.
Yes, 2 other people took it and cut it, and they got 1 million plus views. Another person got another 1 million plus. I'm like, wow, what the hell?
That's
good as long as our faces.
Yeah, they put out I think they even put the name of us on there.
Okay.
Uncle, you know what I mean? So it kind of helped a little, but so that happens a lot. People take we have something. It was so funny. A local radio show used one of our videos as audio and never even mentioned our names. They did it twice, and they had a huge segment.
They're like this little Italian guy.
Yeah, it's like
what little Italian guy?
Well, you weren't on it yet.
Like
you weren't on it. It was on the answer machine when you said bye.
No. She saw the video. That's where she got it from. So she's going, this little Italian guy. So all I gotta do apparently is put on a jacket, a members only jacket, a cap, and sink in a little bit. And they think,
but they don't say their names. So you have stuff like that. It's like, come Come on, give us a little.
At least research where you came from, where these guys are, and give them props, something.
Yeah.
And they watched a video that's really one of the videos that I would have never thought that's like the biggest thing out of our video collection. But apparently they saw it, and they used it for a couple of days.
Yeah, we're like, now they're gonna say the name. No, okay.
No.
Yeah. Just a little old Italian guy.
Whatever. Okay. God bless. We made some people laugh.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
Things like that happen. And but we've been lucky.
So how do you guys not a little bit transition, but how do you guys come up with new material? Are you kind of always brainstorming? Because I'm sure it's tough because obviously family members passed and you're kind of trying to grab some of the old school Italian stuff. Do you is there memories that pop in your head from growing up? Or
honestly, there's so much material. we always go overboard with what we write, because we write it, then we perform it in a living room, and we're like, okay, now we still have the songs and everything else. We're going to be 3 hours. We're always at 2.5, 3 hours.
I guess that's what's good too, is people want to hear the songs every time you go too.
Exactly. Even though we've you ever hear those bands going, I can't sing this song one more time. We become down oh my God, fuck coffee. I just want to shoot yourself in the head. But people go, and then at the end, I wish you played fuck coffee.
And they'll text us before the show. Can you do the fuck coffee? Yeah. Please do fuck coffee.
Lieutenant Lord of the Fiduza, can you do?
I'm like, okay, all right, we'll do it. We'll do it for, if they inbox us. Now this was going to happen over brokerage. We're going to have 20 inboxes of different songs.
But the thing is, sometimes when we write, we also think of funny situations that the characters can be put into.
Oh, okay.
And then it kind of evolves from that. Let's imagine them in a funeral. Imagine them in a hair salon. Imagine them going to buy property.
Which we might do. We might think about we used to do a lot more improv on the stage. We might do a sketch of improv, possibly next year, for the new show.
Ask for a topic and do it.
Ask for a topic, and we take the characters
and put them in that topic,
and we put them in that situation, and we've done it several times. People have asked us, well, what would they do in the first one was a funeral. That's easy. What would they do grocery shopping?
I could see that getting them. Where if you posted it online, it could get taken down. I could say, Uncle Louie misgender someone.
Yeah.
Oh, we were thinking about that. I mean,
we do that anyways. That's dressed up.
It is what it is.
That'd be funny.
Nobody's ever said that to us though. You're making. We get you
guys have a little bit I think understanding of a demographic where it's these guys, they're coming to see you guys. They're coming because they relate and they know everything that comes along with it.
Yeah, we're not playing in Portland.
And here's the thing: any culture can come in and watch us, because every culture has a old school hardcore. Every culture does. Back in the day, my dad used to beat my ass. Back in the day, he whooped my ass. Back in the day, he killed me. So everybody has an old school culture. So that's basically what our show is. Italian Americans grown up Italian, but anybody can watch it and go, oh yeah, you don't have to be Italian for that.
And the funny thing is, we don't even mention a lot the word growing up Italian. I've never, maybe once thrown in here, because we know so many different people are out in the audience that are not growing up Italian. So we don't want to make them think we don't belong, or they don't know what they're, So we've never really mentioned growing up. We just talk about how we grew up, personal stories, you talk. So then people can go, oh yeah, my dad did that too. Oh yeah, my mom did that. Oh, my crazy uncle. So we kind of think about that when we're doing the show as well. Not isolating people.
I know. Yeah. I honestly, I was just going through all your guys' stuff, and it's just oh my God, it just throws you back. Cause I lived with my Nonna for so many years, and it was just the same stuff over. Here's a little funny thing that I never knew Frigidaire was an actual name of a brand. I thought it was she was just saying the fridge over there. It was just shit like that.
A lot of times my father turned it into Frigidaire.
Yeah.
The refrigerator.
Right.
Give me the thing. It's in the refrigerator.
Frigidaire. Yeah.
You know,
It's the beautiful Italian English words that they make.
broken English is tough. It's not easy. You know,
I know.
the Italians that, you know, are growing up with speaking Italian in full and can't do really broken English too well. It's more like some of the other ones that if your father, my father spoke to me in broken English all the time. It's half Italian, half English.
Mhm.
So when I speak Italian, it's almost half Italian, half English sometimes because I learned that from my father. My mother spoke perfect English.
Mhm.
You know, she went to school here. So it's a little different for me to soak it in versus somebody else. So we have group A, which is like me, okay, broken English, you know, but we have English in the family. And group B is his Italian where nobody spoke English.
Yeah,
Yeah.
immigrant Italians. Like I came from Italy and my parents never spoke English till this day. But the scary thing is now I just thought about it is eventually the generation that spoke broken English is gone.
Yeah.
And you're not going to have those people anymore. So we got to keep this going. We got to keep, you know, people like your age, young 25-year-olds and younger, remembering kids our age are 15 years old. We have 15-year-olds because eventually these broken English Italians, they're not immigrating here anymore like they used to. You have other obviously cultures and ethnics coming over, but that broken English is going to be something of the past. That you're not going to have people right now. We don't have that many people in the audience now that speak broken English. They're all American. They don't even know Italian anymore.
But they remember.
But they remember.
All of it.
So that's what we keep
It
doing.
brings back memories, you know.
Yeah, that's I guess like I almost fall in that category.
Right, because do you have anybody in your family right now currently that speaks broken English? Maybe an old uncle or aunt?
Probably a little bit better. No, actually, probably not. Now that I'm
so that's what happens is that generation is going to be gone or is gone. So I think when we do our accents and stuff like that, people go, "Oh my God, this is exactly what it was in the 70s or 80s or whatever it was." So we got to keep that going. That's
even my mom will crack jokes because my nono used. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the town East Aurora back in Western Europe. Yeah, my nono used to go Istaola.
Istaola.
So that's
Istaola.
That's Istaola. That's what we're trying to, you know, people go, what are you trying to do or what are you trying to accomplish? Is keep this going generation after generation, your age, younger. And our crowd is getting younger, which is a beautiful thing. We're seeing, unfortunately, 10-year-olds.
10-year-olds. I mean, listen, we listen, our comedy tour is the Hard Comedy Tour. We are sponsored by myedmeds.com. Okay, we have a members only discount. Everything we do is members only discount.
Put that together.
Right? So we put the stage show based on myedmeds.com. We look out in the crowd sometimes and there's a 10 and 12-year-old and we're like, oh my God, we are freaking an adult comedy.
Yeah.
Now, you want to bring your 10, 13, 14, 15-year-olds, just remember it's an adult comedy. If they can deal with it, and most can, you know, but there were some younger ones, like 8 years old. I'm like,
loved it.
Oh
Remember?
my God.
So
They didn't really listen to that part. They probably didn't really get it.
We had two things. We had a show with the mother brought their daughters and they were young and they loved it. And then the other couple of weeks ago in Philly, we saw this lady and she had to be a 10-year-old kid. And she's like walking around and we're like, hey,
they left.
Sorry, but we told you.
I mean, at the end of the kids are probably like, oh my God, this is exactly what Nono or Nona says or does. So they can probably relate to it though too, which is cool.
But it's getting younger. So that's what we like to see, because our generation, those generations are gone or going to be slowly.
We get a lot more teens now.
But yeah, I mean, that's awesome to see though too. You guys are on TikTok and everything, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we're trying to pull the TikTok stuff out there. We're going to do more of our stand-up material because I think most people look at our stuff and say, you know, we're going to see a character for like 2 hours. No, so I'm going to cut up some of our stand-up that we do through the crowd, and so people can actually see, oh, these guys are doing stand-up too. Oh, these guys are doing this. These guys are doing that. So we put everything on stage. It's a full production.
As you know, yeah.
That's why it's not easy for us to get place to place. We got a trailer, we got stuff, we got an accordion.
You're not just a microphone.
Guitars, amplifier. Yeah.
It would be great if it was just a microphone.
Just last night, I was out to dinner with my family, and I ran into a friend of ours, and he was like,
car.
Yeah, I didn't like him. And he says, "Oh, when you guys going back out, whatever." I told him some dates, and he looks at us, I swear to God, and he knows us, and I'll tell him off air who it was. And he goes, "Yeah, you know, like you guys, Sebastian," which I took as a compliment. He put us in the same breath with Sebastian. He goes, "You guys," and Sebastian goes, "You know, I can just go on YouTube and I watch all your stuff, and why come see you live?" I said, "Oh, my dear old friend." I go, "We don't do everything on YouTube that we do on stage. Our stage show is totally different." He goes, "Oh, so that's something that we have to."
I'd like to know who that is so I can hit him with my car.
So we have to make it better on our end to tell you guys, the viewers, that it is not just what you see on YouTube or Facebook. We are a complete show.
Yeah, I mean, I think people like that, I mean, they're do not.
You're not gonna help him, but I want people that might be on the fence, going, "Oh yeah, I see other videos. I'm good." And
I mean, I think there's also like a yin and yang to that, where there's people like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to see what they do, like what they're doing now," because they see that, like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to," or see this song live, or see what new material they came up with.
Our stage show right now, I mean, we mold it from the beginning. If you've seen it in the beginning, it's a little bit different now, and it gets molded into something that's just, it makes us laugh, and we laugh when we go off stage. Oh my God, that was perfect.
So funny.
Everything else, because we are very, how can I say it? Perfectionists when it comes to
say anal.
Each hit, like, maybe instead of saying this, say this, maybe hit it at this time.
We would literally argue, not fight. And we would go, "No, but you said that." And then 5 minutes later, we changed it and we did it.
Yep.
So that's, I mean, we're very, the word.
We just want to make it, the whole thing is creating the show and making it the best for everybody who bought a ticket. You spent your hard-earned money, you spent time and effort to get ready, you drove to our show. We want to make sure
you got a babysitter,
everything on stage, and make sure you guys have a fantastic experience, laugh, cry. We had the first time somebody cried at our show.
Oh, I remember we stopped the whole thing.
It was in Boston.
Yeah.
Okay, we did a Boston show. It was fantastic. Boston. And there was a girl, and I'm looking down, I was Uncle Louie. I said something bitching about it, right? She's laughing, and then she just started crying, right?
We're like, "Oh shit."
We stopped everything. I'm like, "Are you okay?" They're like, no, I just remember.
Cheers.
She was crying. It's so great. No, it's good. It's good. She's like, "We're stopping the show." Then
we got security and said, "Get her out of here."
Yes.
No.
So
get her out of here.
At our show.
No, but that's what we like, that roller coaster of going, "Oh my God, I remember that," or that crying of joy, and
a whole roller coaster of emotions.
I'm sure,
but most of it is coming out on the great side, and laughter and everything else. And then to have a room full of people singing your song,
which never gets
is
amazing. Is
So
amazing.
cool.
It's just, it's awesome.
Have your guys' parents watched the shows? Like,
absolutely. Yeah.
What did they like have it like? I could just picture them like having like critiques, or like, "I don't sound like that," or something.
The funny thing is, I'll get to, because mine were in the front row of our circus show. And the funny thing is, I'm talking about my parents, the way I grew up in awkward situations, and they're right in front of me, but they don't understand English. So everybody's laughing around them, and I'm talking about them, and they're like clapping, not having an idea what I'm talking, making fun of them, not fun of them, but talking about me growing up with them. And I even said, "Thank God my parents don't know what I'm saying right now, because it'd be very awkward." But my parents get it, like they see the big picture, like, "Oh my God, my son and his friend are on stage, and there's all these people here." The material they don't understand, they just don't understand English. And his side is a lot different. They understand everything.
Yeah. My family's all there as well, so they're very supportive. My father, he passed away in 2014, but he did see one of the shows that we did with Frank a year prior to that, I think.
That was the best.
He's just laughing. I said, "You know what's up there, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, it was funny. It was funny."
And he built off and he started hitting him with it. So it was
beat the shit out.
That's how he approved. No, no. But yeah, our families are into it. I'll tell you, my parents never really understood what I was doing. Again, we weren't 22 years old. We're 40 something at this time. And I quit my job, and and we're doing this thing that no one really knows if it's going to happen or not. And we were going to Australia, and my parents were like, what's going on? My brothers were kind of concerned, like, this is, is it a scam? What do you, they really didn't know. And it didn't hit my father until he went to the coffee shop, and everybody around him said, the coffee shop, of course. That's where all the business of the world goes down.
Information from, that's the
medical,
best information,
insurance, death, anything, marriage, anything is at the coffee shop. And my father, he was complaining about, oh, my son, he quit his job, he's doing this. And one of the guys go, what are you talking about? These guys are like known all over the world. Like your son and Louie are known all, they have, and the guy goes, they don't do this for free, they get paid. And the minute my father heard there was money involved, he is my number one cheerleader now. I swear to God, every time I come to the house, he wants to see our tour dates, where we're working at. Why do we have 2 weeks off in a row? I mean, so it took him a while to, 40 something years old, 2 kids, married, and we quit to do this thing. So it's tough.
That's awesome though. Just taking the leap out there. It's so admirable. Whenever someone tells me like a story like that, it's just so freaking cool to hear.
Well, I'll be under the bridge next year.
Yeah, we're homeless now, so we had to rent this for the night.
No, it's a lot of fun. We're getting booked all over the place now. Tony's working really, really hard, and it's just exciting now to get back out to a crowd that wants to go out and laugh. These last
the timing
is
perfect.
Is horrible. It's perfect right now.
Yeah,
Canada's screaming at us. Canada's like, I don't know how many people from Toronto.
Oh yeah, I get stuff too sometimes. It's like, oh, when are you gonna do a festival out in Toronto? It's like, I'm not coming to Toronto.
So when you go on the road, you do festival? What do you do? I mean,
I'll do festivals. I'll go sell T-shirts. We'll sell those. We engrave the spoons on site too, which was awesome.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, because you put their names on. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll do spoons, and then I'll shoot like TikToks. We'll do vlogs and stuff like that, which I'm sure. I mean, it's cool. Like I've never had it in the world. One time, like after the festival run this year, it's like somebody came up and they recognized me, which was insane that somebody just recognized me from being online. I'm sure that was cool. Like the first time it happened to you guys. I'm sure.
How cool is that? Huh? It's like,
and weird.
Wow. I'll tell you the weirdest. We always talk about this.
One of the weirdest, because many times
weirdest things that happen. We are in Melbourne, Australia.
Second night before we leave.
We're driving.
The night before.
I look over and there's this guy, because I'm on the passenger side, which is on the left side, which
it's all
my pants the whole freaking ride, every right turn.
That was the best thing. So, being in the back seat, I didn't have to worry about that.
I look over. And there's this guy, he just keeps looking and looking and looking. And I'm like,
he's ready to fight.
Wow, this is just weird. Okay. So I roll down the window and I'm, hey, how are you? Because I'm thinking maybe he recognized me, and he rolls down. He goes, you're Lou Greco. And he looks at me and he goes, you're Jeannie. And then I go, Carlo's in the back. He goes, oh my God, Carlo. He goes, I watch you guys all the time. I go, did you go to the show? He goes, no, I didn't go to the show.
How many millions of people are in Melbourne?
I don't
Tens
know.
of millions, I guess.
But the show was packed. I go, did you go to the show? No, I didn't go to the show. I just watched you guys. And it was crazy.
The light changes, he goes, we're like, what just happened?
Yeah, it was crazy. I shook his hand, got out of the car, shook his hand, and yeah, it was nuts.
So freaking cool.
Well, you never get used to that stuff. I mean, it's. Have you ever done like MC? I mean, a lot of comedians and people, right? I mean, now meeting them, have you ever done MC where you're,
Yeah, the only thing I done, I hosted Rodia's first show in Buffalo. Okay. I put that on and everything, and I just like went out there. I thanked the sponsors. I cracked one joke that went over well, and then I brought Goomba Johnny out. I've done stand up before. I've made a couple people laugh, but just as like just getting up on stage and public speaking type of thing. Never really wanted to do stand up, but it's I mean, it's a blast. So I love doing it. Yeah,
I would love this. Is have you MC one day. That would be
really,
awesome.
I would love to. That would be awesome.
That would be fantastic, and considering like back in the day when I did public speaking in school, soon as I was sweating, my voice would crack. I was nervous, shaking. And to think I went from that to what we're doing now. People are like, you got butterflies. I'm like, I can't stay. I want to be out on stage now. We got an hour. We got to wait.
That's the worst. That's the worst is the timing. But as a kid, I really didn't have that fear. We used to do a lot more. We used to do like back then it was the Jerry Lewis telethon. Remember right before school, you're probably too young to know this, but Jerry Lewis would come on and do a telethon for MS. And my next door neighbor's father was a chief of fire. So every year, the kids in the neighborhood back then, all the kids would hang out together, not inside, but outside. And we would put on plays and musicals and we would do all these things. I was like 9, 10, 11 years old, doing all these plays for musicals. People. Yeah, like, it was ridiculous. It was horrible. It was horrible, but we did it. And we used to get money and all that good stuff. So we were, I was used to that. So the whole thing, do you get nervous up there? We really don't. Like you said, we're sitting in the back going, we have another 2 hours. I'm going to kill somebody.
You guys are like so used to, I'm sure like just the adrenaline rush and the thrill and just how much fun you guys, I'm sure it's.
We have a blast. No, it's a blast. It's horrible waiting, especially when you can hear the crowd. You want to get out there. Like, we're peaking, and I was like, let's go there now, and so. Yeah. But it's good. It's good that
it's still very humbling. It's very humbling that people get dressed up. Like I said, they buy the ticket, get dressed up, they get ready, they drive to come and see us, and it's a very humbling experience for us. So we thank all of the fans out there. They are unbelievable. They're hilarious too. These fans come on afterwards. The stories they have,
you get all the personality.
Oh my God, it's fantastic.
You get and I don't know if it works for you the same way, but we have fans that have become like honest family members. I mean, we have people that come to every show. We have people that cook for us. Not that we ask. I mean, obviously, we have people that send us gifts in the mail. People that if you don't say Happy New Year or Merry Christmas, they're like, "What's wrong?" What It's like that family thing, and we've built these families, and now they're friends with each other because of the show, and they live in totally different places in the country, and they become fans, and they are friends with them. So
we go into city after city. We have a certain number of family that we meet when we're there. It's just automatic.
Yep.
When we're going to meet, when we're going to meet, what we're going to do, and it's great. I love that. It's like. We go in there and we're treated like gold. We're treated like family, and the same thing. We treat everybody with respect, because that's really what it's all about. So we're only here where we are because of that. Because of our fans.
For sure. So awesome. So I can't thank you guys enough for coming on. Let's plug all the dates again before we leave. So we got May 7th. Belmore, Governors,
that's
Brokerage, whatever that
one. All one place, but 15 days.
May 20th and 21st, we're going to be at Levity Live at the Palisades Center in West Nyack.
2 shows each night.
Yep, Friday and Saturday. And then Sunday, we're at the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. So that's going to be next month in May, and we're looking forward to it. Can't wait.
You can get all these dates, buy your tickets at the Uncle Louie Variety Show.com. Very easy. It's pretty much the first thing that pops up when you go onto the website. And check out our podcast as well, Full the Sarcasm. Check out Patreon for any other stuff you want on the road stuff, the happy hour that you get once a month. And then Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that under the Uncle Louie Variety Show.
Yeah, we're going to be in Boston at the Cabot Theater. We're going to be we're everywhere. Honestly, we're everywhere starting in June. Let's see, we're at the Cabot Theater. We're in Meriden, Connecticut. We're all over the place. check on the website. You'll see everything you need to see right now.
Awesome.
And more dates to be added this week or into
Toronto's going to be in 2 weeks. Everybody who's screaming about Toronto, 2 weeks it'll be
We will
on
be in
sale.
Canada. We will be in Canada. So we're just trying to figure out dates right now.
Yeah.
You know, contracts, all that stuff that Tony is going crazy. You said you spoke to him. He's
Yeah.
always on the phone. He's always trying to make, you know, deals.
I'm busy.
And then,
I am busy.
our,
You have no idea what I have to do today
yeah.
and tomorrow and the next day. Shut up. All right, I'm just kidding right now.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, well, we'll link everything in the description, whether you're listening on Spotify, YouTube, whatever. Everything will be linked below. Follow these guys everywhere. I swear to God, go to the show. It'll be a freaking blast. I know I had a blast.
Yeah, come
on New Year's.
Come early. You can hang out with us while we're, you know, have a drink with us and
Yeah.
stuff when you go to Governor's. I'm talking to you personally, not the people listening.
You're gonna have a group of people showing up.
Yeah.
We're here for the drink.
More than likely we'll go out and drink. with
We're
them,
gonna
too.
be out there anyways, but yeah, if you can come out there, we'll text you and tell you when we're there, and you can come out early and have a drink with us and hang out and whatever.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
All
Well, I
right.
can't thank you guys enough for coming on.
Thank you for having us again. We
Yeah, thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much.
And,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, everybody else listening, thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll check you out in the next episode. Ciao.